Well, my background is in forest operations research, meaning harvesting and transport and logistics of forest biomass supply, ranging from industrial roundwood to the forest energy biomass for different kind of heat and power plants. Right now I'm coordinating the Forest Energy 2020 program together with colleagues in VTT, where the program covers the whole chain of forest biomass, starting from the biomass production, supply, and then conversion to heat, liquids, and electricity and cooling, and all these together. And then finally we also have the policy and scenario analysis in the program. And altogether we have around 80-90 researchers working in that program now. Well, first we have to recognize the great differences of natural circumstances in different parts of the world. And something that is sustainable, for instance, here in Finland, might not be sustainable at all in the other parts of the world. Mm-hmm. But in general, we can say that in boreal zone, meaning places like Canada, US, Finland, Sweden, Russia, the forest soil, forest in general, they tolerate very well utilization of quite intensive utilization of forests for energy. And also the availability of nutrients and water is not a problem. Whereas when we go to the tropics, even in temperate zone where there are poorer soils, less water available, we very quickly end up to the unsustainable solution if we are not carefully looking at the constraint posed by the nature. And then one issue is that also the economic sustainability of forest energy or bioenergy can vary a lot, and we can generalize that in areas where it's cold weather, forest resources are near, and there is no easy access to fossil fuels like coal, gas, things like that. Then there is a good possibility that forest energy is also competitive. Well, traditionally the trade of bioenergy has been sort of trade of byproducts. Mm-hmm. Once you are trading roundwood, then you are converting it to the sawn goods. You get sawdust, bark, chips from sawmills that are being utilized for energy as well. And that has been the largest sort of hidden stream of biomass trade for energy also. But in recent decades also direct trade, especially of pellets, has been an issue, and it has been growing fast, and together with bioethanol, biodiesel and other goods. And more recently also the trade of chips, fuel chips, has been increasing. And we have seen also here in Finland that in some years we have been importing quite a lot of fuel chips from Russia. Okay. And it will have and already it has a great impact on the forest energy market in general. Well, there has been a number of definitions on that, but I would take one, and that is the fair distribution of the benefits of biomass-based energy production, and also the side impacts, undesired side effects of bioenergy sector along the supply chain, so that biomass provider who is growing it, the ones who are harvesting it, and the ones who are utilizing it for energy generation, and finally the energy consumers, they get cost competitive and secure energy source, and also for the economy in the long run it is beneficial. At the moment, especially here in Nordic countries, there are very little or none no threats for the social sustainability. It is widely accepted because people are used to utilizing wood for different purposes like raw material and energy. But in those countries that haven't seen forest utilization and sort of forest energy is, let's say, not drastically, but changing the forest utilization practices a lot. There often there is a clear cultural and social defense against that.
Yeah.
I think that the best option when available is that they see good cases, success cases. Places where bioenergy works, they hear the experiences of forest owners who are selling material, entrepreneurs, and by doing so they get more tangible idea what it means if they start the operation by themselves. And we have seen here in North Karelia that that's really the most efficient way to communicate how the system works. We have been trying to stress the importance of the economic sustainability, because once it disappears, the whole operation disappears in weeks or months. And this has happened, for instance, here in Finland for the pellet industry, or part of it. Then in ecological sustainability, I would say so that in the longer run, if we are looking at 20-30 years onwards, we really have to increase the biomass production. And we can do that in the existing forest area. And maybe that is one issue. And finally, the third issue is that we have to understand that bioenergy production is often combined with other industries. Although energy prices have gone up, it is still a fairly cheap and bulky commodity. And combined with something more valuable like production of fibers, fabrics, biomaterials, and using the side stream for energy, we get probably better energy efficiency, material efficiency, economic sustainability and ecological sustainability. Well, right now in Nordic countries we feel that we can continue in the current way with the current guidelines and recommendations how to harvest and what to harvest, how to utilize decades or even 1 century onwards without endangering our forest resource or income related to forests. So even in worst case scenario, forest-based energy is far more sustainable than utilizing of coal and oil for energy production.